What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JBsports, back again with another one. Former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani, Donald Trump's personal lawyer. You saw a lot of him doing this Ukraine scandal. He was on TV lying and perpetrating a fraud on the behalf of the President of the United States, Donald Trump. Now this guy here goes in on LA Clipper head coach Doc Rivers right after the Tuesday night game when LA Clippers defeated Dallas Mavericks 154 to 111. During the post-game press conference, Doc Rivers addressed the social issues that's going on in the United States today. He said, look, it's a shame that, the president is promoting fear, and we as a black people should be the one that has fear, because every time we have an interaction with the police officer, we could end up dead. Now, he basically says that, we spend our life loving this country, and it's a shame that the country don't love us back. And Rudy Giuliani goes in on the head coach of the LA Clippers, saying that what he's saying is ridiculous, and that cops are there to protect and serve, and then cops killing of black people is 1/10 of 1%, and black on black crime, black on black shootings, and black on black killing is 99%. And that when he was the mayor of New York City, he did a good job. He reduced the crime rate to 65%, and basically saying what Doc Rivers said is a crock of shit, in the words of Michael Jordan. That's basically what the former mayor of New York City and failed presidential candidate of 2008. Remember 2008 when this guy was considered the number one front runner to get the Republican nomination, and he fell flat on his face. And it's a good thing that take place. That was the year that John McCain got the Republican nomination. This guy's been on TV lying. He's a two-faced fraud. And this guy is trying to go in on one of the most well-respected coaches in the NBA. Not only in the NBA, but in the sports period. Trying to go on him. That's the problem, though. Every time this situation comes up, when a police officer shoots an unarmed black man or shoots and kills people of color, they go to the old playbook. Why are you getting mad about this? We have a few cops that are bad. We have a few bad apples, but it's nothing major. You should focus on the black on black killing. Okay, and I ask you one question. When you talk about blacks killing blacks, and when you go to these neighborhoods, who live in those neighborhoods? Blacks, right? So blacks gonna interact. Of course, blacks is gonna commit crimes against other blacks because they're living together, they're interacting. You just like if you go to an all-white neighborhood and crimes are committed in those neighborhoods, who you think gonna be killing who? It's gonna be whites killing whites. Same thing. You go to a white to a Latino neighborhood. With mostly Latino. If it's crimes committed, not saying there's a lot of crime, but if it's crimes committed, it's going to be committed against your own people, your own kind, because you're living with those guys, you're interacting with those people. So these people come to with this tired old playbook about black on black killing. Oh, what's happening in Chicago? Look what happened with these people killing each other. These blacks killing the other blacks in Chicago. Look what's going on in Philadelphia. They want to throw in all these statistics like that stuff don't happen in their own neighborhood and try to overlook the problem that's been going on for a long time. And that's corrupt police killing people of color, unarmed people of color for no reason whatsoever, for no justification whatsoever. You want to gloss over that and you want to start throwing in, blacks killing blacks more than police killing blacks. Police ain't supposed to, if police kills blacks, unarmed blacks, and kills them without just cause, without their life being at threat, without being, it should be the last resort when it's the first resort, that's a problem. Quit bringing in these statistics about black on black crime, because it's white on white crime. It's Latino on Latino crime. It's Asian on Asian crime. Because if you live in a neighborhood which predominantly your race, your ethnicity, that's when it's crime committed. It's going to be perpetrated and committed against each other. That's people that you live every day with, people you interact every day with. So that goes without saying. Tell me something I don't know, but quit trying to gloss over the fact that we've had too many instances where corrupt police have killed unarmed people of color too many times. Mike Brown, okay, Sandra Bland. Let's go over this. Rashard Scott, Eric Garner, Ahmaud Arbery, okay, George Floyd, Rayshard Brooks, You know what I'm saying? This stuff has been going on for too much long. And I'm going to tell you about an incident that happened about a couple of weeks ago where a lady was with her kids and the police made her get out of the car and sit on the concrete, and they had guns pointed and drawn at them, made them get out of their car when she was with her kids, and she had did nothing wrong. It was no threat to them, and they had it was some kind of misunderstanding. They made her get out of her car, had her sitting on the street. I think it was a parking lot. Her and her kids sitting on the street, and they had guns drawn on them. You know, luckily, thankfully, nothing tragic happened in that situation. But that just goes to show you that when the Caucasian police see people of color, too many times, not all the time, but too many times, they look at them as a threat. No matter if they're armed, no matter if they're unarmed, they look at them as a threat, and that's the problem. We need systematic change in the criminal justice system. They got a bill that's on the table right now in the Senate that they refuse to vote on. You would think, after everybody seen the video of George Floyd get murdered by that cop when he put his knee on his neck, you would think they would try to push that George Floyd law that get standardized procedure to all police departments and police officers to abide by the same rules and regulations. They refuse to put that up for vote. They refuse to put that up for vote. So these lawmakers that are in power right now are not serious about getting justified change in the police department, getting justified change in the criminal system. They're not serious about it. They want to keep everything at the status quo. They'll give a lip service and stuff like that. They'll release a statement on their Twitter saying, "Oh, it was sad. It's a sad situation. What happened with George Floyd? We're gonna investigate this, and justice will be served." And say all the right things. When it comes time for them to implement those things and pass laws to exact change, to make changes to these corrupt laws that are in place right now in the criminal justice system, and these are procedures that are not justified in the police department, they don't want to do anything. They don't want to do anything. But I do salute the Minneapolis City Council who voted right after the George Floyd was murdered. They voted to defund the police department. Not just they wanted to put their money to better use. Many people think defund the police officers mean that you're against the police. Now you want to put that money to use. When it's a domestic disturbance or something, a domestic altercation, instead of sending a police there who doesn't have any kind of experience about relationships going sour, going bad, you bring a social worker over there to maybe that has experience in that field and go over there and talk to them and maybe de-escalate the situation and get understanding instead of bringing a police officer there. That's the problem. You got police officers interacting in situations that they are not. That's not their field. That's not their field of expertise. And put it to you that way, to be going there and involved in a domestic argument or domestic altercation and trying to come in there and try to be a solution to that particular situation. Instead, they kind of inflame situations in a lot of cases, and sometimes it turns deadly. So that's some of the things that the Minneapolis City Council was looking to implement, and I salute them for that when they are able to implement it. They already voted on to do that, and they're in the process of making those changes, much needed changes in the Minneapolis Police Department. Let me know what you think about Rudy Giuliani, the former mayor of New York City, the failed presidential candidate of 2008, running his mouth and going to that old familiar playbook that a lot of these people do in these situations. Start trying to change the subject, start talking about other things instead of what the situation that's going on that we're talking about as of right now. They want to start throwing up black on black crime. You know, police don't kill black people kill black people. You want to go to that old familiar playbook and you want to gloss over what's been going on for far too long, and that's police, corrupt police. Not all police are corrupt. Don't get it twisted, but some policemen are corrupt, and they use their power and to go out and kill unarmed people of color in too many situations. They need to change, need to stop. And what these players need to do is they don't go back and play. Don't go back and play until your owners who donate a lot of money to these politicians that can make change, can put pressure on the people that they donate to their campaigns and their big donors and stuff like that to help them get reelected time in and time again. Put pressure on those owners to put pressure on these politicians that they support to make change, to pass laws that's going to make real change, that's going to finally get this criminal justice system reformed and get so many of these police departments that are out of control, that have ignored racial injustice for far too long, to make changes in those apartments so we can be treated fairly. People of color treated equally, just like white people, just like Caucasian people. If you want to be politically correct, just like those people, we can be treated fairly and treated equally. Let me know what you think in the comment section. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I'll holla.